Well, we have to adjust the hymnal, I'm afraid, everyone, because Belinda, who we're excited to have back, supposed to be with us next hour, but suddenly needs to be on now. So, I think it's kind of a diva move, to be honest. Don't you agree, Kim? I can't believe that Belinda thinks that she can get away with this crap.
It's Belinda Weymouth. We've been without her for a month. I'll do anything to have her.
Don't defend her with this move, trying to Bigfoot her way back in.
Bring that woman on whenever she wants to be here.
She has that. Mark, I'm so sorry. I have to go on now because I have another appointment. How dare you? How dare you, Belinda? It's the planet, stupid.
The planet Earth.
Some call me nature.
I am very passionate about the planet
Earth.
A living, breathing planet capable of sustaining whatever life forms we see fit to deposit on it.
Spock. Judging by the pollution content of the atmosphere, I believe we have arrived.
It's the planet stupid. No. It's the planet stupid.
She is our guide for It's the Planet Stupid, Belinda Weymouth. Hi, Belinda. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. And Kim, thank you for defending me. I super appreciate that.
I have your back,
Mark,
sister. I'm with you.
Thank you. You have my back. And Mark, thank you for doing such a lovely imitation of me. I truly appreciate how well you got my accent. Come on, that's so great.
You people with accents, you come over here, you get anything you want. Everybody just caves for you. I treat you like anybody else on this show. It's great to have you back.
Oh, well, it's wonderful to be back. And look, I am so sorry. I can't blame jet lag anymore because I've been home for a few days. But I couldn't believe, I'm on old time. So I was like, I'm going to be there. And then when I'm an hour early, it's
all right. We've moved on. Don't worry about it. You're on now. And our time is short, so I don't want to spend too much about that because we are excited that you're back. So tell us where we're going today, what you have for us. I, tried to fill in some gaps along the way with various things going on the planet. It's definitely, it's been a busy month or so since you visited last.
Yes, it really has been. Well, there are a couple of things. Of course, I want to straight away get to the fantastic, innovative, things that are happening and that are, going to.
Yeah, there's good stuff going on, right?
Yeah, there really is. And one of the things, this World Mosquito Program is pretty unbelievable and cool. When
it's amazing. It's amazing. Tell us about this. This is great, I think.
Well, okay, so mosquitoes are sort of the bane, of not, obviously, that we've got worse things going on, but mosquitoes are absolutely terrible. We have the Anopheles who bring us awful malaria. That's 240 million cases in 2020, 627,000 deaths. And then now with a warming planet, the range for the Aedes aegypti species, which bring us, horrible dengue and yellow fever, that's expanding. I mean, last year, France had their first endemic infestation of dengue. We've got it in Texas. We've got it in Florida. So the fact that scientists have worked out if they can inject the minute little eggs of this mosquito species with a parasitic bacteria called Wolbachia, it neutralizes the dengue fever parasite. And so a mosquito who's got Wolbachia in it, and it gets bred into them because, it gets into their eggs and then they grow up and they're an adult now with it, and then they're mating with other adults and they're passing it on to their offspring. But a mosquito with this special parasitic bacteria can bite one person with dengue fever and then bite the next, victim and not pass on the dengue fever. So huge, really, really huge. And what they found in Indonesia 3 years after introducing Wolbachia mosquitoes, dengue fever was down by 77% and hospitalizations fewer, down by 86%. So those are some pretty stunning results.
Well, and I think the amazing thing, isn't it, that, you can't, they've been fighting these mosquito populations for decades, I mean, centuries maybe, but I mean, in the modern era, it's all these pesticides that have been, had all these disgusting effects and environmental uh, disastrous effects. And so there's no way, clearly, to beat back the mosquito population in any kind of substantial way. So as you say, these diseases spread. So this thing, which really represents technology meeting this moment, which, as you say, they take the eggs of the mosquitoes and they infect the eggs with this other thing that renders them unable to spread these diseases. It's brilliant. It's inspired, and they're doing it. This is the cutting edge technology that's going on. It's really terrific.
It's amazing. I mean, in Medellin, where they have in Colombia, they have this lab. They're producing 30 million of these mosquitoes a week. And, you get them out into these communities, and they have all these incredible ways of doing it. I mean, there's one where they put the little eggs inside what looks like a vitamin capsule, and they give it to people with the nutrients that it needs. And so they can, on their patios, be producing dengue neutralizing mosquitoes. They could be part of the solution. And they're dropping these mosquitoes in neighborhoods, via drones. And yes, it's clever, and it's really timely, because mosquitoes are just going to have a bigger and bigger range as our planet warms up, as we're seeing with this spread of dengue fever to places that didn't have it before. And it's really ghastly what it does. The side effects are horrible, just like malaria. So. It's
a brutal illness and killer. Yeah, go
Can
ahead.
you say vitamin again?
Vitamin.
Thank you. That's all I just wanted that. Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome, Kim. You're welcome. And then the other. So there are a couple of other things to talk about. I know we've got limited time. What happened this week with Hurricane Otis was terrible. That you go from something that's a tropical storm and suddenly it's a Category 5. And I know, Mark, you wanted to talk a little bit about how that happened.
Yeah, and I mentioned it before. I just think that it speaks to what we've talked about, which is the warming of the planet, but the warming of the waters, which are affecting migration patterns. They're affecting sea life, killing coral, doing all of these things. But I would say and remind people that the Earth transfers energy by taking heat from the ocean and moving it into the atmosphere. It's the biggest single way that the Earth balances energy, transfers energy. The single biggest energy transfer is associated with this heat exchange between the ocean and the atmosphere. And so that's what tropical weather systems are. And so as the warming of the waters continue, that heat exchange becomes even more, it's energy, it's just energy. The heat is just energy. And it becomes even more intense and amplified. And you end up with this insane, unprecedented in all of recorded history situation where something goes from tropical weather system to hurricane Category 5 in less than a day. I mean, that's just insane. I mean, it's really out of the movie Day After Tomorrow.
Well, it is. I mean, experts define a rapid intensification of a storm, when winds increase by 35 miles an hour over a 24-hour period. Well, with Otis, the winds increased by 115 miles per hour to a whopping 165 miles per hour in less than a day. And, the thing that you're talking about, there's so much energy in the system now. We've got an El Nino year, so that's pushing up temperatures. Our ocean temperatures are hotter. The atmosphere is hotter. And here's the thing. Warm air holds more moisture. I say this over and over again, and this is what we're seeing with these storms and these atmospheric rivers. And then warm water, as you're rightly pointing out, Mark, holds more energy. So you've got more water in the atmosphere, and the water is hotter, and so it's got more energy. And I forwarded you, Kim, the New York Times story, because it shows you a graph of how unbelievably off experts were predicting what was going to happen with Otis. They were saying, oh, well, this could go to a Category 1 storm. I mean, the models they couldn't keep up with it. And, and it intensified super close to shore. Normally it happens a bit further away. So, yeah, it's, there's a lot of heat. There's a lot of energy in our system.
We only have another minute or two, but I wonder if you can share. So, I mean, there's that. The good news of the mosquitoes and what, the way that they're in this innovative way beating back that mosquito population, the diseased mosquito population, then the undeniable news associated with the tropical weather systems. What else do you have?
Okay, so there's a really cool thing. This actually started, the first one ever was in Nova Scotia, but this is happening in abandoned coal mines, which, as we know, powered the Industrial Revolution. They still are in developing countries, but now these abandoned mines that have been naturally flooded are being converted into these incredible geothermal heating and cooling systems without all the toxic carbon and mercury emissions that we got from coal. So what happened was in Scotland, scientists put down all these probes into these abandoned mines that had filled up with water to see what was happening with the water. And what they found was that deep down, the geothermal systems of the earth had heated that water up a lot. And then they used that hot water to then heat the homes and buildings that were near these coal fields. And in Britain, a quarter of the population live on top of, or near these abandoned coal mines. So you've got this sort of, target audience right there for this incredible green energy. And then there's the water at the top of the mine is still cold. Down below, the closer it is to the sort of the center of the earth, or the warm part of the earth where the geothermal energy is, that's heating up. So you can use that to heat homes and buildings when it's cold, and then you can use the cool water at the top to cool the homes in the summer when it's warm. And as we know, everywhere is getting warmer. So to have a natural, it's not a natural, but to have the natural systems of the earth working together, these floods that happen, and then the water being heated up by geothermal energy. And I'll tell you what's, so it's fantastic. And by the way, like I said, the first one happened in Nova Scotia. Now they're putting them in different cities and places or towns that are near these abandoned coal mines in Europe. And they're really, really going to go for it in Britain because they've got so many. And I don't know if anyone listening remembers the 80s, but in the 80s, Margaret Thatcher was very busy causing a lot of havoc in northeastern England, where she was just shutting down mines one after the other. And a lot of these areas have been depressed ever since economically. Well, now they're going to have a source of income as well as heat, because they're going to, heating and cooling, because they're going to reap the benefits, the profits from these abandoned coal mines. So that's kind of a cool and slightly ironic twist.
Yeah, I mean, it's bizarre a little bit that this is all around coal mines. I mean, as you say, it's extraordinary. Harry says in the chat, geothermal is already being used for abandoned oil wells. Yeah, it is out there, of course. Yeah. And it's sort of the thing that I often, talk about, the low tech, high impact. I mean, this is low hanging fruit. These are right there, these, abandoned coal mines. So, if we can, use something that was, a bad source of energy, and now it can become a good, green, clean source of energy. I mean, what a fantastic, turnaround. And it's with the geothermal energy that occurs naturally, in the earth. It's a win-win. Wild, really wild. So you've actually given us some good news today, Belinda, which is kind of where you started on this show some time ago. You always brought good news, and then slowly the good news got crowded out by the crisis that we found ourselves in.
There's so much going on. There's one other thing that happened with a wind turbine, but are we out of time? Shall I tell
Albert, what is the situation with time, please, sir? You're the boss, and I am.
Albert, thank you.
What do you think?
We could quickly fit it in here. I already have the
go ahead.
Lined up.
Okay, so last month there was a world record set with a wind turbine in China, and in one day it produced enough power to power 170,000 homes. Now, it's an absolutely enormous wind turbine. The diameter of its blades is 252 meters, which is 2.5 times a football field. And how did it do this? How was one wind turbine able to do that? Well, there was a typhoon, that's a hurricane in China. It was hammering southeast China. And the thing about these wind turbines is they have blades that can be manipulated in real time. A lot of the wind turbines have to be shut down when there's a hurricane going on, but this one, they could move the blades so that it could still be powered. They get up to incredible speeds. And as we were just talking about Otis, we're going to have more of these crazy storms. So if we have wind turbines that can in real time be adjusted to take advantage of these winds and produce energy, we're really going in the right direction.
Wow, that's terrific, man. That's an enormous. You can't even tell, how super immense that thing is because it's tough to appreciate the scale looking at it in the picture. But wow, extraordinary.
Yeah, they're so huge, and it's cool. We have to do it, so it's happening. And I just want to quickly add, for any naysayers, remember, coal-fired power plants produce more air pollution that kills more birds than wind turbines. So you have to know that about
coal-fired plants. You were saying produce more. You just dropped out for a second. Yeah. Okay.
They produce air pollution that kills way more birds than the bird fatalities that happen because of wind turbines.
Yeah. Belinda, we love it. This will be a one-off. Next Thursday, we'll see you in the second hour. But we love you whenever we can get you. And
I promise I'll be on time.
Belinda Weymouth, everyone. Bye, Belinda. It's the Planet Stupid for today.
More.
It's the planet stupid. No. It's the planet stupid.
Next time, only on The Mark Thompson Show.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.